Levy, how are you? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Sorry, I didn't know if I was supposed to introduce myself. I was waiting for your cue. I appreciate them saying I have masterful technique, by the way. It says, like, gross exaggeration of my abilities. But thank you, guys. I'm humbled.
We are so excited to have you here with us. Levy, I don't think you need any introduction to anyone in the world. You are the internet coach for the chess world, and you've just won a Streamer of the Year award. Congratulations on that. How special was it?
Yeah, listen, I'm never going to win a serious chess award. I mean, I won the K3 Scholastic Championship of New Jersey, and I think I won the K6 also. I remember this because my dad said if I win the tournament, he was going to buy me Fritz. This was like many moons ago, maybe 2 decades ago. It was, it was a fun feeling. It was crazy to be in Los Angeles. I'm not really cut out for like the lifestyle they have over there, but the weather is much better in New York. So it was a lot of fun, and I just don't like 7-hour flights. So credit to Robert and James, because I'm sure they had long flights to get to Norway, but I'm sure it looks very nice over there.
It was very well deserved. And because of what you said, Levy, I have to bite the bullet and ask you, were you bothered by Hikaru's reaction?
No. You have to understand, like, that was a 15-second clip in a 6-hour stream. And generally when you stream, it's like constantly getting badgered by the same array of questions over and over. So if you ever tune into my stream and, there's a sample size of the same question being asked 10 times, I'm going to give you like 10 different responses. 2 of them will be serious and 8 of them will be ridiculous, because I don't think there's any other way to cope. Like we were just talking about the Streamer Awards. I don't know how these folks stream 250 hours every single month. It would completely drive me nuts. So now, he said something a little snappy a couple of hours into the show, but I think there's far greater things to be bothered by.
Levy, we're so excited about your award and also this big drop on Chessable. And I want to know, for this big, most anticipated coach, I think everyone's been waiting for a course by you. What motivated you to make it on 1e4 on the King's Pawn opening?
I think the lines are very practical. Like, I play a lot of e4 myself in Blitz, and I think I have the most fun in speed games. I'm not playing a huge amount of classical. The problem is, like, my goal is 2,500 elo, and Tanya, you're a d4 player, but you know this. It's scientific at that point. It's like you're not going to get fun positions almost ever. Like, it's just very kind of, looking for that minuscule advantage that Stockfish claims, or following a game that was played a couple months ago by some of these great players, for example, that are in the Chessable Masters. But for 99.9999% of chess players, e4 brings the most fun, and challenging all of the major black defenses is still completely possible to do in a very fun and exciting way without sacrificing much advantage. So I decided to make it on e4, and it was like a heroic effort. I mean, we put together a 1,200 variation, 18 hours of video course in about 2 months. So, but it's great. I mean, I've been playing a lot, like all these lines as I've been drilling them and learning them, myself, and learning their subtleties. And I'm winning about 75% of the games in some of these variations. So, of course, in Blitz, I haven't had a chance to go to classical tournaments. Yeah, I mean, I've had a blast. I love some of these lines. And I hope, the audience will too.
Yeah, Levy, that's awesome to hear, and I'm sure people are, diving right into the material. And I guess my question for you is, how do you choose which opening is most fun? Because you see some sacrificial openings, but they may be a little bit dubious. How do you actually choose which openings you're going to play?
That's a good point. Well, I guess there's like 2 things here. First of all, there's what I'm going to play. With me, I don't actually care. Like, I had a King's Gambit phase. It's like hair for me. Although, I mean, it's kind of falling out. My dad, unfortunately, lost his hair quite early, so I won't be able to use that analogy much longer. But it's kind of like having a hairstyle. For me, I can just like kind of play whatever, because it's sort of my style of chess. I don't really mind C4, D4, E4, B3, like whatever. But for the course itself, we did it in a very strategic way. We did it in a way where a lot of games have been played recently where grandmasters are going to kind of get off the beaten path. But we've also done it in a way where other chessable courses did not cover those lines. Like, there were a few lines that I wanted to cover, but I saw, maybe Gawain Jones already did a deep dive, or Simon Williams, and I kind of went, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, because then, there's Chessable customers that also will compare courses side by side. And if you're just offering like the same thing, because at the end of the day, like I just said, chess is scientific. You can't just say, oh, I solved this variation when there's already a good solution here. Yeah, we did it in a very similar way, like that we chose our team for Pro Chess League. I mean, we just sat down, we looked at all the details, we ultimately made a decision, and we tried to keep the repertoire kind of consistent while also offering some kind of model and unique suggestions. That there's a line in the two nights that I recommend a move that has only been played once ever, and it was played 3 weeks ago in a tournament in Europe, European Championship. So just kind of keeping up with like the modern trends, while also recommending stuff that you can't also find in 5 different locations.
Wow. That's amazing, Levy. We're so excited about this course, and thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us. And congratulations for everything that you do. And yeah, we're looking forward to more. Thank you so much for joining.